Mary Oliver's A Visitor. My father, for example, who was young once and blue-eyed, returns on the darkest of nights to the porch and knocks wildly at the door. And if I answer, I must be prepared for his waxy face, his lower lips swollen with bitterness. And so, for a long time I did not answer, but slept fitfully between his hours of rapping. But, here's our pivot point, but finally there came the night when I rose out of my sheets and stumbled down the hall. The door fell open, naturally, and I knew I was saved and could bear him. Pathetic and hollow, with even the least of his dreams frozen inside him, and the meanness gone, and I greeted him and asked him into the house and lit the lamp and looked into his blank eyes, in which at last I saw what a child must love. I saw what love might have done had we loved in time. Okay, so clearly the I of the poem has lost her father, and he wasn't, in her eyes at least, the greatest of dads, of people. And she has these clearly unresolved feelings of a little bit of anger toward him. And so how she remembers him is his bit swollen and bitter face. And when he's knocking on the door, she doesn't go. This is sort of parts of him in her subconscious knocking to come up into her consciousness. But one evening, she rose from her sheets almost naturally, stumbled down the hall. Once she started that movement toward him, the door fell open, right? She didn't even have to open it once she started moving in that direction. And I knew I was saved. What is she saved from? Well, she's saved from something that's very dangerous, not properly mourning someone, mourning, unresolved mourning it's called. And I knew I was saved, and I could bear him. Pathetic and hollow, with even the least of his dreams frozen inside him. She's being much more sympathetic to him. She's coming to terms with the full picture of her father, maybe what it was that made him bitter, things that were frozen inside him. The meanness is gone now that she understands him. And this is not going to bring him back to life. It's not going to go back and change anything, but it's going to help her move forward, right? She is reconciling with her dead father. I saw what a child must love. I saw what love might have done had we loved in time. So she's coming to terms with the relationship she had with him. So cheerful stuff, not particularly, but a very important step for the eye of the poem to move on with her father, out of her subconscious, and understanding what their relationship was like.